is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
This
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I forgot it was Wednesday. I thought it was Tuesday. It's Wednesday.
All right, let's do it.
Hump day.
Yeah. And you were off camera for that too.
I know, so it's
somebody
creepy.
looking just.
You want to try one more time?
Hump day.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm less ready than I was, but I'm still ready.
Well, now nobody's watching. My mom's like, burp. All right. Welcome to DBL. We're learning more about the federal investigation into music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. We talked about this yesterday. His lawyer released a statement yesterday calling the raid a witch hunt. It read, quote, there was a gross overuse of military-level force. We saw all these photos. TMZ obtained photos and video of the aftermath from the raid on Diddy's LA home. It shows drawers torn open, all sorts of stuff scattered around. Even safes were reportedly broken into. Feds were apparently looking for hard drives and other electronic equipment. So according to reports, Diddy is the target of a federal investigation carried out by Homeland Security that handles human trafficking crimes. Diddy has denied all wrongdoing. You know, we have interesting conversations, and I think everyone's kind of having this conversation. If it involves sex trafficking or children, there is no other side here. That's what this is about.
I think we can agree on that.
But I think we could all agree on that. I think the conspiracy theories have gone crazy a little bit, but some of them might also be true. They just haven't charged Diddy yet with any wrongdoing.
Which is confusing.
Which leaves people to think like, well, that was a big show to put on with no arrests.
Right, so far. And I do want to just explain even further. If you saw the patch, it said HSI, and Brian in our booth, our director, and I actually looked at it further, and that ring is specifically of law enforcement only for mostly human trafficking.
Okay.
So we're specifically speaking here, if we are looking at who's arresting him, or I'm sorry, who's going in there, it is a global human trafficking law enforcement agency, HSI. So that leads me to also believe we're talking about incredibly serious crimes here that maybe needed that kind of show of force because of the danger that happens when people, were they worried someone was trapped inside? Were they, again, all speculation, but you're met with, remember Mark Eilar said, a castle, and he has protection and security. You got to protect yourself as law enforcement.
Right. So we had a lawyer on yesterday talking about how Diddy is a compound, so they had to come prepared in case something happened. In this case, it didn't.
Right. You know, and Tori, as you talk about the human trafficking, that would it does bring to light that whether they were expecting arms or maybe with the show of force that they had, it made me think that they were almost raiding like a massage parlor or somewhere where they felt that there might be multiple people in jeopardy. So again, there's a lot of space to fill, and this was quite the show. And I don't know if you can put this show on without having some follow-up about what you were looking for and if you found it. This is a very public display of force. So I feel like the public should at least, I don't know the legalities of it, should at least be given some kind. Did you find it? Did you find 5 people? Did you find 5 videotapes? What were we looking for, and what did you find?
What do you think, Erica? Is it better to keep it close for the police force thing? Don't jump to conclusions? Because there's a lot of already scenarios out there already. Are they handling it well? Because we don't know what's going to happen. We ultimately don't know the outcome.
Yeah, we don't know.
Right.
I do know this. This story is particularly triggering for me. If people out there feel that stories like this are triggering for you, I would suggest that you listen to that feeling and take care of yourself accordingly. And that's all I'm going to say about this.
I think we should say that up top from now on before we cover the story.
I respect that.
Boundaries,
Jeff,
baby.
what do you think?
I'm a little confused, kind of like all of us, right? I thought that was an excessive amount of force without an outcome. But then on the flip side to that, I said it at the top. If there is anything involved, human trafficking or children or any sort, bring that army twice-fold,
right,
you know?
Right.
So,
and I do want to also say at the timing of this taping, we do know reports are saying Diddy was not on that plane. So he is, we think, in the United States. I just want to make that clear so we have some context there.
I'm sure we'll be following this story as it continues. All right, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are teaming up once again for their new movie, Bad Boys Ride or Die. It's the 4th movie in the franchise, and it comes out in theaters June 7th. Let's take a look.
I need nasty Mike. Bad boy. I got this. What you don't do?
All right, I want to get back to the movie, but meantime, Variety is reporting that Will and Jada Smith Family Foundation is shutting down after nearly 30 years. It said the foundation's revenue was slapped down 83% from 21 to 2022. I put that in there.
Oh,
the same
okay.
year.
Slapped down.
Everyone kind of looked
We all
around.
were like,
Did you get it? Did you get it the same year Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars? A source for the couple told Variety they had planned on winding down the charity before the slap and now plan to donate privately.
Guess how much Bad Boys for Life made in 2020?
Is that the third one?
The third one.
Okay.
Guess how much it made?
Man,
2020.
we're talking
Before the slap.
we're talking worldwide.
We're talking worldwide, okay? I want to have
450 million.
450?
Yes.
450?
It's a pretty good guess.
I'll go 500.
500?
I'll go
Price is
449.
right.
449.
Yeah.
Come on now.
$1.
It made $426 million.
Winner.
But that's an enormous amount of money. What do you think this one will make?
Here's the thing. I want to stick on Will here because the question I want to pose to you, do you think this will bring Will Smith back, his
Right.
career
You think
back?
it'll-
Because this is such a beloved franchise. People love Will Smith and Martin Lawrence together. Is this a step to resurrecting his career?
I hope that this helps. I still, obviously we all witnessed something that no one wanted to see happen. But we also witnessed somebody who doesn't have a history or rumors or speculation about him being an awful person.
Right.
He doesn't have that body of work. And to this day, I'm never going to defend what happened, but I've snapped. I think we've all snapped and done things that are out of character. And is there a place to have a point of redemption for having a terrible lapse of judgment on one particular day when your body of work does not represent any of those things?
I'll answer your question. I think yes.
I believe that yes. If this is the movie that we have all grown to love, the franchise that we've all grown to love, I hope that people will continue to support it.
Yeah, I think we're all happier in a world with Will Smith in it. Will Smith represents a lot of good memories for a lot of people, and this movie and this movie franchise, much like the Fast and the Furious to other people, it's bigger than almost the actors that are in it. It's been going on for so long. I'm sure a lot of people can trace this back to their youth and going to the movie theaters with their friends, and now you see the same dynamic duo back on the screen. I think if he's going to get back in the public conscience, this is going to be the litmus test for that. If this flops, which I can't imagine it will, but if it does, I think that might be the end of his movie career as we know it.
Yeah. I think this is a good way back.
The only way he could have tried was nostalgia.
And I wonder how people feel because such a big part of that money is from overseas.
Right.
How they feel about what happened at the Oscars. Do they care? They just want Bad Boys.
Right. That's what I
Is
think
the
it
song like Bad Boys, Bad?
No,
is that the theme?
that's Cops.
That's Cops. But is it also that?
Absolutely not.
Are you asking if they made it for
in
the movie?
Tori's defense, Martin Lawrence is in the car going, bad boys, what they gonna do?
That was a great part of the movie. That was a great
That
part
was
of the movie.
funny. I just remember one
But
point
you
they
didn't
go,
say it.
They go over and they go, hey neighbor, can I get some sugar? And then they go,
Okay, we're just
What
doing
part of
movie
the
lines
movie is
now. We'll do them at the
Hey,
commercial
neighbor,
break.
We're here to borrow a cup of
With
sugar.
sugar.
Don't be alarmed.
Lard.
We're black men.
Tori didn't say that line. Coming up on DBL, our interview with Kathy Lee Gifford and her daughter Cassie. What was it like working together on The Baxters? And Anne Hathaway says there should be more movies about women in their 40s exploring their sexuality.
What a
We're going
niche
to talk about
audience.
that.
They have to be Sagittarius.
Let's talk about that.
What line always sticks out from that movie for you? I always think about Mike Lowry. Remember
would
when
be it.
Martin Lawrence is trying to be
yeah.
Mike Lowry.
I feel like I haven't seen Bad Boys in at least 15
they're restricting
years.
it.
Yeah, I probably haven't
And
either.
it
It
starts
seems like it's
when?
not
He
on
started
a
until
lot.
on Monday.
Even when like
So
you
it
know like
starts
some movies
Monday?
are just kind of
That's what I
on.
thought.
Well,
I don't know why. I just haven't. And it's not like you know what? I'm gonna watch
None of
Bad
it
Boys
has
this
to
week.
say
when it starts or when it's implemented.
Will Smith slow mo.
They
putting on his jacket.
They kind of try to redo it
They
here.
do it in every movie.
Yeah, where his tank top's on and his shirt's falling off. They kind of, I saw that when I was
Is it
reading.
like John McClane, you know what I mean, with his white tank top?
No, Will Smith is sexy.
What are you talking about? That's an iconic part of John McClane always loses his shirt with his white tank top.
This is like a slow-mo.
Did you do film study in college?
I did, and that's an iconic.
By the way, I want to say that I told Tori before we started, I said, I don't think that you're really a Bad Boys fan. And she goes, I'm not, but I am a cinephile.
And he goes,
I was like, I don't think a lot of cinephiles are like going to break down Bad Boys 4.
Rosebud, the sled, the connection, Bad Boys in his shirt coming
No,
off.
think about the
Giving
white
Citizen Kane.
The white tank top is an iconic action bad
Not
boy.
white tank top. He has a white tank top underneath and
With
he
the
has a
button-up
on.
shirt
He's
that
coming
comes halfway
out.
off. And he's got a gun.
No.
It's famous.
No, it's when he wears his super expensive suits and they slow-mo him coming out of his building and he
You're both
does
talking
this
about two different
whole...
I'm talking about two different things. I'm
I
talking
know
about when he's in
running.
streetwear
I get it.
and he's running
Yes,
and
that's
things are
another-
blowing up.
that's another
That's definitely,
Yeah.
two different things. But yeah, what's
I'm gonna show you the scene.
what's the PC way to say that white tank top? Is
You
it
just
an
say
A-
white tank top.
But
Yeah.
that's a different. A white tank top could be like something you wear to the
I
beach.
think we all know. We don't say
But it's
the
called like
WB?
an,
Yeah,
it's
we
called
don't
like
say
an A-frame T-shirt or something. What is it?
square tank.
A square
Gervais.
tank. Oh, thank you.
Circle gets
You
the
sound like a
square.
nerd. Square
yeah.
tank. Sounds like a
Okay.
nerd.
Political jokes during the break. Welcome back to DBL. There should be more movies about middle-aged. Should there be more movies? No, there should be more movies about middle-aged women exploring their sexuality. Well, Anne Hathaway definitely thinks so. In her new film, The Idea of You, Anne plays a
looks hot.
40-year-old single mom who has a relationship with a much younger man. Let me see this.
very hot,
Let me
you
see
guys.
this hunky guy.
I'm telling
Jeff
you.
just stopped talking.
I stopped talking.
The trailer
I had to take a
is
look.
very hot.
Anne says the movie is the most groundbreaking film since How Stella Got Her Groove Back. If you remember that movie starring Angela Bassett and Taye Diggs as a much younger love interest. I don't think you're going to get a hotter guy than Taye Diggs. I'm just going to put that
You
up.
love Taye Diggs.
And he's a beautiful man inside and out.
Yeah.
That movie came out in 1998. The Graduate with Dustin Hoffman and Anne Bancroft has a similar theme that came out back in 1967.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is that from that?
Yes. When she puts her leg up.
You are a movie buff.
Oh my God.
A cinephile.
A
cinephile.
cinephile. Other ones are Good Luck to You. I don't know, How Stella Got Her Groove Back, The Graduate, Something's Gotta Give.
You don't just have to read a card.
Okay,
Someone
and
gave it
just
to
like,
you.
okay, well, I'm just saying, do you guys think there are enough middle-aged women getting it on?
He ran out of things to say.
Getting it
It
on?
wasn't on the card. It wasn't on the card. Come on, Erica, let's go.
Okay. I think.
She
Are
went
they
to
having
the
sex?
well and she pulled the bucket of words up and it was empty.
Women sex, yay?
Put it down.
I think the name is very appropriate, called The Thought of You.
The idea of you.
Yes,
Yes.
because, and I'll just loosely say, in my experience of getting my groove back
Yes,
after divorce,
lady.
that the thought was the best part.
I think that's really important for people to know.
When it came to younger men.
Because they don't
So
know what they're
true.
doing.
It was.
I'll be honest, they watch.
It
She's
began
right.
and ended
Very
with the
quickly.
thought.
You know why? They watch a lot of porn, I'm gonna be honest, and they think that's how you do it, and it's not. Experience with a partner means a lot. And sometimes younger men, in my experience as well with Erica, is they think they know how to do it, and it's not what you guys are thinking. It's just not.
Jody said stay on this, but I'm wondering if she just wants to hear the end of
Was
it.
that before Tori said something about porn?
I'm telling you,
No,
she's absolutely right. No experience.
I agree with that, and I think if you're a person that's in their late 30s, 40s, and you go through a breakup with somebody you've been with for a while, there is a weird draw for, I think, however you identify, to get with somebody younger because they look at you differently. They look at you as like, oh, this is a person that knows things. This is a person I can
mentor
look up to. Yeah, and I think you see it a lot of times when guys get divorced. Next thing they show up with a 27-year-old, and you're like, what are you doing? In theory, like you said, Erica, it looks perfect, but like in reality, it does not work.
Well, I think there's a few things that are happening. One, general, like what I see from like some of women who are in my peer group, like in the early 40s, and you know, either they got married super young or they have children. They missed out on this 20-something-year-old like living young, wild, and free. So, and 20-somethings or younger guys tend to be a little bit more demonstrative with their feelings of wanting to know you.
Get it on?
Know you twice a night.
So it's almost like a numbers game. Older men aren't necessarily putting themselves out there the way that younger men are, and they have this feeling of like, they're fearless. You know, they'll actually step to you and want to have a conversation with you, or actually want to try to have some type of relationship with you.
That's
so
right.
It is a numbers game.
And also a successful, beautiful, sexy older woman.
Confident.
Is confident, has some kind of air mystique about a perfume, a scent that is very, very alluring.
I was with you if you'd have stopped halfway through that.
I just wanted to
And
see
then
what's
you
gonna
turned me
go.
off.
What would be the name of the perfume?
The hills we've climbed.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
How old are we talking?
That sounds
How
like
about
a
this? Okay, how about
depressing,
this?
super depressing memoir.
One more. Ready?
Yeah.
Look close up here on this. Ready? Maturity.
What?
Maturity?
Yeah.
I just got rap in my ear.
Me too. I got rap
Never agree
too.
with the booth more.
Okay.
The word is fired. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Kathy Lee Gifford has been a household name for decades. And in the new show, The Baxters, she's putting her stamp on the family drama while also working with her daughter, Cassidy. Earlier, we spoke with them both. Please welcome to the show, Kathy Lee Gifford and her daughter, Cassidy.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
So cool to be working with your daughter. That's awesome. Now, ladies, you guys both have roles in The Baxters, but you don't play mother and daughter on it. Did you have time on set together?
As little as possible. No. We did.
Stay out of my trailer.
We actually don't even have any scenes together either, but we were in the hair and makeup room together. We went to set together. We were at Crafty together, so we were together. It was fun.
Well, she grew up on sets with me, and she started acting professionally pretty darn young too. So we did a lot of stuff for Disney back then, and she was such a natural at it, and I always taught her and Cody too, just to treat each person, no matter what their role was, I said to them what my daddy used to say to me: you treat the guard at the gate the same way you do the executive producer. Be kind. Then be the most prepared person on the set. I used to tell her.
Be the kindest and most prepared.
That's great advice. Now, Cassidy, I have to ask you, when it comes to your mom, what are the differences between working with Kathy Lee and Kathy Lee at home? Give us the tea.
To be honest, there really isn't much tea. I think she spills it all on her own. And
Guilty.
No, but I think that's what people love about my mom and has resonated with people for so many years, is that she really, you're going to get what she's going to give. She's authentic. She's real. How she presents herself is not an act when she's on air. It's true at home. She lives her faith. She speaks her mind.
A lot like Roma Downey.
There you go.
Who's an absolute angel.
Roma's presence is a bit more calming.
Well, Kathy Lee, you stepped away from daytime a few years ago to focus on directing and producing movies. And Hoda says you're living your best life. So how are you doing that?
Oh, you know what? It's just that no differently than I always have. It's just that now I can make my own schedule. And after being on live television for so many years, you have to be there, or even theater or movies. You've got to be there. You can never be late. And even though I get up still around 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning, I don't have to rush to get in a car to go, And yet when I am in a car and I'm on my way to do something like the Baxters or something, I'm going to work with Cassidy, there's still an excitement for it for me. There really is. It just because it's creative, and we're born to be creative. We're born to create, to co-create with the actual creator of all things. And that's when I'm my most joyous. And, when I see my daughter and my son doing work they love with people they love and respect, that's all I've prayed for them. They found spouses that they both that make them even better human beings than they were alone. And I'm a grateful person. So I think Hoda's basically saying she doesn't have to get up early anymore and go to work.
All I heard was 2:30 in the morning. I have not moved on. You get up at 2:30 in the morning?
Every single day, it's at least 2. This morning, it was 1:30.
You should have called me. I was up with the baby.
I'm so used to it now. And I use that time very, I pray. There's a lot of people and I need to pray for. My list is so much longer than it used to be. People are broken. People are afraid. They're terrified. People are beyond belief lonely. And a show like The Baxters, I think, brings comfort to people. They may not come from a family like that.
That's right.
But if they can see that it's faith that gets these people through, and love for one another. And so many people just, they're fighting all the time. And there are times when you fight.
Yeah, we glorify chaos, I feel like. And just to bring peace back into the home also, and then how that then filters out into your other relationships in life. I think it's really important.
Thank you so much, both of you, for this roadmap you're giving to people. DBL Nation, I know you do not want to miss The Baxters. It is premiering March 28th on Amazon Prime Video. What a great show and what we need right now. Thank you again so much. Mazel tov on all the success. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. We all know healthcare can really put a dent in our bank accounts, and it can easily it can be easy to put off appointments to save money. But did you know one way to lower costs is to take advantage of meeting your plan's deductible early in the year? So does anyone do this, Erica? I feel like this is something you think about.
No.
No. Oh, wow. All right. Maybe something we should all think
Smart.
about.
I didn't even think about that.
I just go for like my preventative, so my cleanings twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year is really good. Annual stuff like that.
My wife likes to spend her deductible on furniture, which is a weird thing. She's like, I'm just spending it all. I got it. Whether you met your deductible or not, Better Benefits can help. When it comes to Medicare questions, many Americans already on the program may not have a plan with all the benefits accessible to them. So reach out to a Medicare Advantage advisor today. The benefit review is free. Just call 800-909-2613. Did you guys get my furniture joke?
I didn't really get it.
Because my wife spends all the money. I'm like, why'd you spend so much money? She's like, I'm meeting my deductible, but furniture doesn't have one.
Oh,
all
so
right,
that
we'll see you
was
tomorrow.